Hey, haven't made a video in a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and speak my mind a little bit about a few things that I've been thinking about. Um, I've been watching a lot of things about. Well, I mean, it's just not recently. I've been watching this stuff, but I've always kind of watched it, like the History Channel, and I love history. Anything to do with history. Um, it's all pretty cool. But I mean, I think as far as history goes, like anything, it's up for grabs. Whoever wins is the one who has the, hey, they're the ones that write the history books, the winners. But I think when it comes down to it, is that like the Bible, like other things like that, it's all for interpretation. You know, um, just because somebody says something, just because a book says something, doesn't mean that's what's true. Because really, when it comes to history, we don't really know what's going on. We can assume a lot, we can read a lot, but I really feel like when it comes to history, even when it comes to like scientific stuff, if somebody says, "Hey, the Earth is 500 billion years old," do you really think the normal regular person is going to sit there and think, how old is this? I'm not saying that's what the Earth is, but I'm just saying in general, like a light year and all that other stuff. People aren't going to think like that. So if you give them something, something complicated to think about, they're not gonna worry about it. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, But one thing, I love watching Ancient Aliens. I've always been a fan of Ancient Aliens, even before Ancient Aliens. When I was a kid, I went to a thrift store and I got the book, The Chariots of the Gods. I never did read it. I don't remember it, but it was, it's part of my life, and looking back on a lot of things, but anyway, but one of the episodes of Ancient Aliens, and even other shows, not even do with aliens, but was Hitler and what he did and what he was doing. He but Germany. You sit there and look at it, and if you really read history, Germany was really powerful when it came to like weapons, and their technology was like beyond anything. They came across Europe and they were like wham, they kicked everybody's ass, and they just you know and what was going on was, Hitler had his people out there looking for different ancient things, spear of destiny, the spear that poked Jesus, but so here's the thing. Here's a thought. What if he actually did find something in all of his expeditions that he had around the world? What if he really did find something that was like beyond anything at the time, even now, that is beyond human comprehension. That something that the ancient people had that we don't have now, that we think because right now with our iPhones and iPads and what we got, touchscreens and all that other stuff, we think we're just awesome. But when you look back at I'm telling you, you need to watch Ancient Aliens and in the series, and just kind of see what they got going on. I'm not saying you got to believe everything that's in it, because there's a lot out there, but you just gotta just take it to your just think about it, and think about, well, how did they do this? They're supposed to be, these prehistoric people who have, these just tools that, a hammer and a chisel and the stuff that, especially if you look at ancient Egypt and some of the stuff that they did. You look at some of the statues and everything, it's like, wow, did they do this? How did they do this with just this without doing this, And people want you to think that, well, this is how they did it, but that's another story. Gotta watch the show. It's on YouTube or whatever, DVD, whatever. But what if Hitler, what if they did find things, that, from the ancients, that are, our technology that they had that we don't know about now, and then he used that to, wage war against everybody. It's, no matter what, I mean, it's out there, and it's just an interesting thought, think that, and then, the United States, when the war was over, they got a lot of the technology, and now that, with our space program, we got to the moon and all that good stuff, and what we have now, there's no telling what those German scientists had going on, and what we know now, being as far as we are into the future. But it's a very interesting subject, But like I said, a lot of people don't care. They don't truly care about, where, they don't care. They just care about getting their paycheck, having their little smartphone, being on Facebook, whatever. And I really feel like as we get farther into the future, as the years go by, it's 2012, I think that things are changing. No matter if the world end, whatever, I don't know. Who knows? I don't think it's going to end. I think it's a way of thinking, but that's for everybody to decide, I feel like as the farther we get into the future, we're gonna have to question ourselves. We're gonna have to really look at ourselves as a society, as a species, as a planet, and say, what is it that we want? What do we need to do? Because I think too much now we're all about, what we can get as, hey, how much money can I get? What can I get? It's all about possessions. It's not about helping people. And I really feel like, if there are aliens and they've been around for a lot longer than us, and they've been visiting us for a long time, no matter what you believe. And to me, if you have been in the universe, humankind, we've been around, 100,000 years, on the big picture. The universe itself, depending on what you believe, has been here, a lot longer than that. And then there could be species of humans, or not humans, or aliens, whatever you want to call it, out there, different civilizations that have been out there for, they could be 1, 2, 3 million years ahead of us, not only in evolution, but in like technology, wisdom, and all that good stuff. Technology, there's no telling what they can do. And if they're out there, they're a whole lot more bigger than us, and they could probably just take us out like in one fell swoop. And and to me, if you're, a billion years ahead of somebody else, you're not going to sit and worry about what, of course you're going to sit there and worry about them. You kind of want them on your side, because you kind of, you got these big brothers out there, and they're like, hey, they have potential to be something, but, they got to learn, you can't, because if you really look at what's going on in the world and what's been going on, we can't even like each other, because of the color of our skin or whatever. Everybody, there's still a lot of hate in the world, and I think it's really sad because, there's a lot of potential out there, for good. And one thing about it is, one thing I've learned is we all need to come together as one. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care if you're a man, you're a woman, gay, straight, whatever. We all need to come together, and we all need to love each other for whatever reason. When you sit there and you point the finger and say, hey, you know what, you're gay and you're wrong, I mean, come on, what is that? You can't help how you feel. You can't help that, and I think once we learn and get past all the hate and everything, I think we'll be a better place, a better planet, better, society. But, there's so many people out there that want to, really, I think there's a lot of people out there that want to keep things the way they are. They want to keep making money. They want to keep living the life that we live, to benefit themselves. But in reality, it's not going to last, It's something, and something I've been saying for several years now, is that something is going to happen on this planet that's never happened before in the history of mankind, in the 100,000 years that we've been around, especially in modern times, where we have our, our internet, and we have our cable TV, and we have our smartphones or whatever. Something is going to happen that's going to affect that, and everybody's going to go crazy. Everything's going to, and they're not going to know how to react. A zombie apocalypse, Walking Dead, something like that. Something is going to happen. Use your imagination. And we have to realize that we, like with Hurricane Katrina, when New Orleans went crazy, it took 3 days. 3 days for people to start doing what they were doing. 3 days. That's it. So, I really think we have to open our eyes. We have to wake up. We have to start loving each other, not start, stabbing each other in the back trying to get, ahead in life. We have to love each other, and that's one of the biggest things. No matter what we are, we have to love each other, because everybody needs love, no matter what color you are, no matter what sexuality you are, no matter if you're a child, adult, whatever. Everybody needs love, and we're all together in this together. We're all together, and if we can't learn that, like Jack Shepherd said in Lost, if you watch Lost, if we can't live together, we're all going to die alone, and we don't want to do that. I don't have all the answers, but all I can say is, just keep on keeping on, never give up, no matter what. You might have bad things going on in your life. Just keep going, because at that point when you think that you're at the end of your rope, that's when things are going to change, and that's when, I know this has kind of been a hodgepodge of things, but just kind of things that I've been thinking about, and just expect the unexpected. Keep on keeping on. Love each other, and do what you can do. And but anyway, God bless, namaste, and have a lovely day, night. Bye.